Today we're going to be checking out what I believe to be the best way to play elemental hero decks. Now I'm not the creator of this deck, the creator of the deck is going to be Master Hyperion 17. I got this deck over from Duel Links meta, and like I said, I think this is the best way to play elemental hero decks. And the reason why I like it is because it has a little bit of everything. You can fuse, you can use your mass change, and you can even XC with the deck. Now the main reason why I like the deck is because it's similar to an old deck I had created, which pretty much looked like this, but it had invoked in the deck. So instead of going into your other mass change monsters, you go into invoked monsters. Sometimes you could even bring out Dark Cavalry, and you also had your XCs. This deck uses a skill I didn't even know was in the game. It's going to be called Emergency Call, and you can use it after turn 5. If your life points are under 2,000, all you have to do is reveal one elemental hero monster in your hand, and then you can search for any other hero monster you want from your deck and bring it over to your hand. And that's pretty much why you only play 2 copies of Solid Soldier, because if you really needed him, you can just search for him with the skill. But anyways, that's enough talking. Let's go into some ranked PvP so you can see the deck in action. Looks like we're going to be going up against our rival Astro Phoenix, and he's actually playing Destiny Hero, so this is going to be the matchup of the century. And right off the bat, he already has his main combo going, and he's going to be able to bring out the Dreadmaster whenever he wants to with that MST that he drew into. Shadows on summon is going to search for a Drill Dark, and that's going to be the end of his turn. I really wish we had some back row removal. I mean, I guess we do have the shadows. So let's summon our Solid Soldier, bring out these shadows so we can destroy one of those back rows. And I'm going to be going with the one on the left. That's always the best one to snipe, and that was actually a good snipe. So now I'm going to be activating Polymerization, and we're going to bring out our Vision Hero Adoration. Let's see if we can actually get a win here. Solid Soldier's effect is going to activate. We're going to be bringing back that Stratos from the grave. And once again, I can activate his effect, and I'm going to get rid of that second back row he has. That's most likely going to be the MST, so we can expect the Dreadmaster to come out onto the field. Actually, I can destroy both. Let's destroy both of them. Clock Tower Person is going to activate. He brings in a Dreadmaster, and this is when things get interesting. So his monsters cannot be destroyed, and he takes no battle damage when they battle. So for this turn, he's going to be safe. Actually, no, he's not. I have a plan. We're going to bring out the Malevolent Sin. It says he takes no damage when his monsters battle, and he's going to take damage if we don't battle the monster. So all we have to do is banish him. And I was going to bring out a Brave Neos, but he ended up surrendering right there. So that's going to be a clean win. For the second duel, it looks like we're going to be going up against a Melodious player, and we have a pretty decent hand. It's going to give us a lot of options of what we want to do. And our opponent is actually playing Ritual Beast. Now, when it comes to a Ritual Beast matchup, I don't think we'll really have any problems with it. I think our main struggle is going to be getting past his floating ability. As you can see, he already does have a window banished, so he's always going to be able to bring it right back. So we're going to be forced to bring out the Solid Soldier to get rid of that back row by bringing in the Stratos and using his effect to destroy it. And that's one problem already out the way. The next thing we got to figure out is how we can actually get rid of his monster. So I think the first thing we should do is bring out a Malevolent Sin. That way he can float out into his window. So let's activate our monster's effect, detach the Stratos, and try to banish his monster. Now if this actually does go through, this is going to be an OTK, but he was smart and he's floating back into his window. So now let's activate the Polymerization, and we're going to bring out a Hero Neos Knight. That way we can try to destroy as many monsters as possible. But let's go into the battle phase. We're going to be attacking into his window. Window's going to get destroyed. Her effect is going to trigger Witch Lesser, special summon another Ritual Beast monster. And it could be an extra deck monster as well. But considering that my monster's 3100 attack, that's not something they would want to do. They would first want to bring out a window and wait for me to not have any more attacks. He actually didn't go into a window. So what I'm going to do is just destroy both the monsters they have. And now that that's out the way, they should not have a single play to do this turn. Now he did draw into a back row. Back rows are always dangerous, but we got a Cosmic Cyclone. This is the greatest top deck in history. So let's activate that, get rid of his back row, and if everything goes well, this should be an OTK. I guess he got a lucky top deck as well. He's going to be activating Ritual Ambush, which lets him special summon monsters from his graveyard. Now I can always activate the Malevolent Sin to get rid of that window, but that's not something we want to do because it'll always come right back. So let's go attack into that window once again, and with her effect, he's going to be bringing out a Pedofin. Is he playing a free-to-play version of this deck or something? Attack into his last monster, and our Malevolent Sin is going to be boosted up to 3000 attack. I think this is free to play. Well, I'm not sure because they're already relatively free to play. I don't understand why they would play one copy of window. Ritual Beast Return is going to activate, which lets him target one Ritual Beast monster that is banished or in the grave, and he special summons it, and that's the same one that we've been seeing all duel. Let's activate our emergency call, which we don't need, but we're going to activate so we can get a Stratos, since he's the stronger monster that we have in the deck. Now this time he doesn't have any back row or any other monster to defend himself with, so I'm going to activate the Malevolent Sin, get rid of that window, and this should give me a good OTK. I'm actually curious as to what his build is because he only played one window that entire duel. Okay, so this person does play 3 windows in his deck, but for whatever reason they decided to only use one that entire game, which I'm not complaining, I got a pretty easy win. But if you play Ritual Beast, you should definitely be spamming out those windows. For the third duel, it looks like we're going to be going up against a Blue Eyes player, and we don't have that good of a starting hand, but we're going to be summoning our Stratos, and with the Stratos we'll search for the solid soldier, and that's going to help us next turn. So all we can do right now is set our Cosmic Cyclones and just hope that our opponent does not have a better hand than us. Sage is going to be coming out onto the field, which means he can search for a monster. That's going to be the Waitstone of Ancients. Now if he has another Sage in hand, he's going to be able to tribute his monster to bring out a Blue Eye. Cards of Consonance is going to come out. He's going to draw 2 cards. Now he does have a stone in the grave, so that's going to give him a Blue Eyes at the end of the turn. He's going to be setting triple back row, and that's the end of the turn. So I'm going to actually activate this Cosmic Cyclone and snipe out 2 of them right now. So there goes a Ultimate Providence, and then for the second one we're going to be sniping out another Ultimate Providence. Okay, that would have been really annoying. Blue Eyes is coming out onto the field, and now it's our turn. We have a Mass Change. Mass Change is always good, but before we do anything, I'm going to be activating the Emergency Call. Reveal the Stratos, and we'll get a Blazeman, because Blazeman is going to get us a Polymerization, and all we would have to do is summon a Solid Soldier to bring him out onto the field. Now I should be going into the Stratos so I could get rid of that back row, but we do have Mass Change in hand, so let's go and bring out that Blazeman. And just like that, our opponent is going to surrender. We clearly had the hand there to really defeat him. Even though it didn't look so pretty at the beginning, it still worked out. And this is actually a pretty solid Blue Eyes deck. I'm not sure why the Sangan is in here. I'm assuming it's so he can search for his stone so he could use the Cards of Consonance. But still, I would rather keep the deck at 20, maybe drop the Sangan, and maybe drop the Deep Eyes. But that's just me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe. But that's actually it for the video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.